What is up, guys? It is the Sports Star Bradley Walker, and welcome to the Walker Report, part of In the Zone Sports Talk Radio, part of NGSC Sports. Guys, remember the website. It's ngscsports.com for all your current right. My articles are over there if you guys ever want to take a gander over there. If you guys have noticed, the background behind me is different. That's because I moved the table across the room. So it's different. It'll be this way for a while until I get my green screen back. You won't see me turn my head this way or that way to watch the TV because now it's directly in front of me. That's one of the reasons why I moved it, so I stopped turning my head to the side. Anyway, guys, welcome in. We have two sponsors on the show. CreatingZenSpaces.com is the local choice in St. Petersburg, Florida. For house cleaning, organization, decluttering, and pet sitting, it's about finding the peace within you, adding comfort to your life. Remember, Zen Spaces begins with you. Be kind to yourself and one another. We are also sponsored by Garrett's Carrots, designer jewelry and luxury accessories. Illuminate your inner self, shatter the trendy norms, and open up your world to a newfound level of confidence and admiration. Garrett's Carrots, designer jewelry and luxury accessories at garrettscarrots.com. All right, guys, let me bring on my two esteemed co-hosts this evening. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening, Bradley. Good evening, Bradley.
How are we doing?
Lewis, how are we tonight?
Okay.
I've had one of those basically shitty days today, so I don't seem like I'm into the show all the way. Now, up front why I'm not. So.
Okay.
And it's because, and I'm going to say this, and I don't care if whoever hears this or not, ever get into a point where your life where you don't feel like you're good enough for anything?
Yes.
That's how I feel today. At work and in my personal life, yeah. I had someone do something to me today that I really don't appreciate. But that's off the air, and that's not going to be hashed out on here.
Okay.
We can start with the World Cup since the United States advanced on. 1-0 over Iran. I think that's how or is Iran.
Iran. Well, if you want to do the joke, it's Iran because Iran's so far away, so you can do it like that. But okay.
I know they got mad at one of our hockey players for pronouncing it incorrectly in the press conference.
Well, we in America say Iran.
Iran, okay.
In America, we do. I don't know about the rest of the world, but we say Iran.
Well, according to an article
I say losers
by the BBC, there was a Iranian man killed for celebrating his team losing. So somebody,
oh boy,
yeah, that wouldn't fly in any fan base.
No,
that's a little far too far extreme. In my
here we just give him a kick in the crotch.
Right.
Well,
think though of where in the world he's at.
Right. I mean, I can't imagine any fan base would accept you celebrating your team losing, especially in the biggest games of the world.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm not saying that, murder is the right answer.
No.
But it is the word comes from the word fan comes from fanatic, right?
Right.
And Die Hard, I'm surprised it wasn't one of the players that didn't get murdered for losing.
Yeah.
So,
why would this soccer fan root against his own country in the first place?
That's a great question.
That's a very, very good question. Yeah, why root against them? Since that's your home team.
His own country.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
especially in a.
The only thing I can think of is he was mad at his government, so he said, "Hey,
right,
okay,
I'm going to cheer against him.
I get it.
If I die, I die. At least I did what I wanted to do. A little freedom they have in that country. So,
yeah.
So I get it.
I mean, that's the only thing that I can imagine you would cheer against your. I mean, but then to go to far as, somebody killing somebody over a sporting event, but it's happened before. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
it's happened in this country, so it's not like it doesn't happen anywhere. But
And soccer fans are just insane.
Oh, they're murderers.
Yep.
They don't play. They don't play. International soccer fans, ooh, Nelly. They're something else.
I think I watched a Watch Mojo clip on YouTube one time where they were talking about games that were interrupted due to fan interference. And I think out of the 20, like 5 or 6 of them were soccer related, overseas soccer related games that were smoke bombs and throwing stuff on the field at players. One soccer player got hit with a bottle of water in the back of his head. I mean, I understand. We're all passionate about, a sport, whatever, but not to the point where I'm going to endanger myself or somebody else at a game.
Right.
But Adam's right. I mean, soccer fans are a whole another level of craziness when it comes to cheering for their team. I know the Premier League, in England is another one. I know, because I'm going to talk about the Bucks, because the Glazers I think have Manchester United up for sale because the fans in England hate them because they're an American that owns an English Premier League team, and I guess they've ran the team into the ground. I don't know. I don't watch Premier League soccer.
Right.
Evan on Gerald's show, he would be able to tell me better than I could. But I was happy to see the United States get past, the opening round. I think they the 2 ties to Wales and England, but then to see them win, the third game, and now they get who is it? The Dutch, Netherlands on Saturday.
Yes.
Did Netherlands win?
Is that Saturday?
Yes.
Sounds about right.
What time are they
and early. 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Oh, Jesus.
Well, they don't want to mess with the college football, so that's why they did.
Well, they are, and they are in Qatar, so.
Yeah, it'll probably be like.
They are in Qatar, so that's
6
probably
there.
Evening there for them.
And it has to. They also have to compete with the heat. So.
Yep.
They're trying to play more evening games where it's cooler.
Well,
It's gonna get downright cold though.
I saw today that Japan moved on and Germany is out.
Germany is out.
Germany's out. So
Japan is in.
Who's got to be the favorite remaining of the teams that are remaining? And I don't watch enough soccer to know.
France, right?
France, the defending champions. But we hate. But France is
How's Italy?
Never qualified.
They didn't qualify.
Yeah, they didn't qualify this year.
No.
Okay.
Which disappoints me. Being Italian disappoints me.
Yeah, I think that Argentina is the biggest shocker. Not advancing.
That's Messi's team, right?
Yeah.
Yep. But Ronaldo is still in.
I was gonna say, is Ronaldo still in it all?
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
don't follow soccer.
I do.
So I really don't know too terribly much of them.
Out of those 2 players, who do you like better? Are you more for Messi or are you more of a Ronaldo fan?
If I were able to split my body in 2, I wouldn't have to make a decision. So, if I can clone myself, I can go either way. So,
tough question. He's got.
Flip a coin on that one. Flip a coin.
Well, I mean, it's actually interesting because I know Messi's getting up there in age, and I don't know. Is this going to be his last World Cup, or is he going to give it another run in 4 years?
Yeah, one of them said that it was their last tournament.
And not for nothing, but Messi is.
Coach just got his 1,000th point on a goal.
Wow. But they're trying to get Messi to come over here to the MLS.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
For Miami, which does make sense because he does take vacation in Miami, or as the British call it, a holiday, and he owns a home there, so it would make sense.
Would he
It would
play
be a
for,
huge get.
is that who he would play for? Miami City? Is
The
that who he-
the Miami team.
okay,
He does have a home there, so that does make sense.
that makes
It
sense.
would be a huge get for American soccer if they could get him to
Exactly.
come over and play a year or two.
If you can get Messi and Ronaldo both to come over, oh yeah. But Ronaldo, they're looking to take him in Saudi Arabia. Oh sure, now they want soccer players. Okay, Ugh. First they want golfers, then they want soccer players. What's next?
Mm.
Probably baseball.
The Live Tour is coming back in year 2, so we'll see.
I know.
We'll see how that.
I think it's good for the game of golf.
We can like go right into that because I do have golf articles about that.
All right,
Looks like I got a segue here.
let's pivot.
Tiger talking about it, how he says the only way that Live and the PGA will ever get together is if Greg Norman leaves Live altogether.
Forget it.
Really?
That's the only way that he said
I'll give
that
you
it will ever come to an agreement is if Norman leaves. So,
I'll give you 3 words on that. Not gonna happen.
correct. Exactly. Because Norman's been pushing for a tour to be, to go against the PGA forever since he left the tour. So why would he just, I'm going to step away and let the 2 tours merge together and, yeah.
Do you guys? Let's do it. We'll do it better with blackjack and hookers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't see that happening.
No.
The article goes on to talk about
not in our lifetime.
Tiger is going to play basically they said that his playing career is almost all but done. He's getting to that point where he's not going to be but a few tournaments a year. To me, honestly, I think he takes, a year of this, and then I think you see him on the Champions Tour.
Yeah.
Because they play only 3 rounds. It's less tournaments a year for him. He could still play in the Masters. He could still play in the majors if he wanted to do that. But for the most part, as far as like him playing like he used to, no. Those days are far, far gone.
Yes.
Far gone from his back is not going to be able to handle that. And he's 45. I think he's 45, 46. So he's got another 4 years where he qualifies for the Champions Tour. You can play on there when you turn 50. So
yes,
I could see him kind of taking it easy over the next few years and then coming back strong.
Picking.
And then dominating the Champions Tour before he retires from golf altogether. If he ever does retire from golf ever, from competitive golf. Do you guys maybe possibly see him as a Ryder Cup captain or a President's Cup captain in the future?
Either one is fine.
Yeah, I agree with that. I could see him doing either one.
No.
Yeah, I could see him picking the players for the Ryder Cup or for the President's Cup.
Both. As long as he doesn't have to play in the tournament, yeah.
Nope. Yeah, they don't play. They're just there to coach him and.
Yeah.
I just think that he's never been the same since the car incident.
He has not. I agree.
No.
Nope.
I think.
But he is going to do the Hero Challenge.
Yes.
I think the biggest thing for Tiger was he lost that killer instinct.
Yeah.
He just was never able to get it back. And being away from the game for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
He just was never able to find his stroke again. And his back was messed up for so long. Of course he did win the Masters again in 2019 was that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And but that day in and day out grind, it's one day you feel great and you're ready to take on the world, and the next day you're like, why did I even bother getting out of bed?
Yeah.
But he mentioned that when he won the Masters.
What the hell?
Yeah, definitely.
He had to go through to get ready for every round, he had to go through a bunch of treatment to get
Mhm.
to be able to go out and play 18 holes. So.
But there was a
And
report
when-
that saying, where was that article? There was a
And when
report
you
about
have-
him a week before. Wait.
Go, Lou.
There was a report saying like a week before the Open, as they now call it, that there was a lot of COVID going around, and Tiger said that that he gave the other golfers COVID or the other way around. Like, okay, now how does that happen? I mean, really?
Yeah, it's interesting how that they.
Yeah.
That's,
If somebody
yeah.
explain it to me.
I don't think there's really any explanation for that. I think that's just somebody trying to spread rumors or get their name in the media. So
Yeah, because I kind of found that a little strange. Like that everybody got he got COVID and went from Tiger, or Tiger got from somebody else. It's like I don't know if I believe in that. If I believe that,
Right.
and it could have came from anybody for that matter.
Yeah.
I mean, again, that's the thing about COVID is you never know who you got it from or where you got
or
it
where.
from. Or where exactly. I mean,
the guy before I did.
You could be out, out to dinner at a restaurant with 5 people in it and get sick.
Yeah.
Then you're at a concert with 100,000 people, or you're at a college football game at the Horseshoe with 100,000 people, and you don't get it at all.
Which is probably where
that's
more of a chance of that happening. There's probably more of a chance.
Oh no! Absolutely.
Oh no! They.
We can talk about that later.
We'll get to that. I was just saying they were definitely sick after that game on Saturday afternoon.
We can talk about that. We talked about that on Tuesday. Me and Adam had some cigar time on Tuesday night, so
it was fun.
Yeah.
What the hell is the Patriots wearing?
Oh, those old school throwbacks.
They're the red jersey. I'm watching the Lightning game, so I'm not watching the games. You're gonna have to let me know.
I got the UConn game actually.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's the throwbacks.
Who's UConn playing, Lou?
Oklahoma State.
Oh, okay.
Not very good for basketball though.
I would say UConn's got the advantage in that game.
They should.
Is it men's or lady?
It's men.
I don't know if you got my message or not, Brad, but I do have the championship games down. If we have time, can we talk about them?
We'll get to them in a
minute. Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah, well, because we usually end with college and pro football, so we'll talk about that. I was gonna share. Speaking of that, I was gonna share a couple of NASCAR things with you guys, but I have to share the screen. So hang on just a second. Let me get that set up.
Okay.
These are the most memorable paint schemes. So you can tell me if you guys agree with this or don't agree with this. Is from NASCAR.com. So this is right from the source itself. So in just a second, let me pull this up. Here. Let's see here. They made some changes on this thing, so it's not as easy as it used to be. Let me see.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was coming in.
Okay, so let's hear.
Yeah, Buffalo, y'all don't have Von Miller tonight, so what are y'all going to do?
What do you do?
They should be fine.
Next man up.
He's out for the next 4 to 5 games.
They should be.
At least 4.
Okay, what do we got?
Why did it go in the background? What the heck is going on?
Can you make it bigger, Brad?
Oh, there it goes. Okay, Jesus. Sorry, guys.
Can you make it bigger?
No, I got it. I just didn't. Like I said, I think they've changed some things on here, so bear with me on that one. Can you guys see that okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you see
Hang on.
Number 8.
Or is it too big?
The M&M paint scheme. That's gone.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that's the first one that's on the list.
That paint scheme there, it's gone. Eminem saying since Bush is leaving, they're pulling their sponsorship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bush is
The
leaving because they're pulling the sponsorship.
The next one is this one right here.
Ooh, I like that.
Escadia.
Yeah.
ECA Escadia, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, Escadia.
I don't. Is that a tech company?
I think so. I'm not sure.
I think so too. I'm not sure.
Scadia. The next one is the Advent Health. You guys like that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
No?
Don't have anything against it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Advent Health, actually, they used to be called Florida Hospital, my former job. We answered phones to them, and then when they did Advent Health, they pulled the jobs away from us, had their own call center. What about this one? 3Chi?
I like that one.
That's Junior's old number, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Number 8.
Junior, huh?
Tyler Reddick this year.
All right, okay.
I like that one.
Let's see.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Reddick's gonna be in it.
There's the McDonald's car.
Yep. Bubba Wallace this year.
Bubba Wallace. And then this one right here is the Wheaties 23. I guess that's also Bubba Wallace as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
That one's kind of hard to see, but
Yeah, it's not a great picture of that one.
It's
No,
ugly.
it's not.
how about this is an old paint scheme. The old Mobile Pegasus. You don't see that often
Yep.
much anymore.
Yeah, I think that was on. I think the last time they ran that one was when Danica Patrick was racing.
It's been on Harvick for the last couple of years. That one's Eric Almirola.
This is Ally Bank.
Yep.
The old 40.
No, I'm not crazy about that one. I like the other one. They're their primary one that they run.
The
Okay.
blue and silver.
Yeah. With the yellow
think?
numbers.
Yeah.
That's who
Blue
my auto
Silver.
loan is with. That's who I'm paying back my auto loan. Is Ally Bank. So that's what I'm paying to have their name on that car. This is the Liberty University.
Okay.
Liberty
Yep.
University.
On the 24.
I like
Bloomberg.
I like the color scheme that Gordon had when he first came in.
The DuPont.
The DuPont with the yellow and
This one, guys, is Fly Indoor Skydiving.
Cool.
Number 1.
Sounds like fun.
Skydiving, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Turn 40 next year,
That's
my birthday. Gear wrench.
yeah.
That's a cool
I like
car.
that color. I like
I've always liked the gear wrench schemes. I always thought they were good.
Yeah.
That burnt orange and the black, they just go so well together.
Well, the reason why I like it because it's burnt orange.
Kevin Harvick.
Yep, Kevin Harvick.
The Texas.
Mm.
GoPro.
Eh,
Interesting. Yeah. Another
Yeah.
GoPro car, 99.
yeah.
That's an interesting paint scheme. Columbia. That's
It looks like Crayola threw up all over that car to me.
Hmm.
Look like
Gotta
they-
love that.
Actually,
See,
it looks like they took a box of crayons, melted it, and just dumped it on there.
Yeah.
I'm not having a very good day, but laughs like that are gonna bring me back to a good mood, just like that. You keep up that stuff. That's right.
Very creative.
Play field ball over a car. There's the old Castro car minus the color, just black and white. That's interesting.
Hey, I'm not a big fan of white. Give me something.
What- okay.
Not too
Yeah.
much. Don't get me wrong, not too much, but
Right.
throw some green in there. Put some green on the quarter panels. I'd rather have I like a solid like this one. I like a solid black car over a solid white car.
This is Can't Stop Us Now, Pitbull and Zach Brown. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's good.
Talk about an odd couple.
Definitely.
Yeah, Hendrick Chevrolet, number 5.
Now this
the
is
red
more of
looks
a, this is a tradition. This is a classic scheme that Hendrick has brought back to honor the memory of Ricky Hendrick, who was one of the members of Hendrick Motorsports that died in that plane crash in 07.
And
Okay, cool.
Ricky Hendricks was supposed to be the original driver of that number 5, but
He was
something happened to where he couldn't get into that car. Then they had to go get another driver for that car.
Yeah.
he died in the plane crash, like I just said.
That's right.
He died in the plane crash, and they put Casey Mears in that car.
And now
There's the old Eminem scheme. I'll skip that one.
now Carl Larson is in that number 5.
Oh, it's
This is
I mean, the 43 had better schemes, in my opinion.
I like the old red and blue STP color scheme.
Richard Petty.
Yep.
yeah.
There's Coca-Cola.
No, that was a throwback to senior and junior in
Interesting.
2000.
Let's see if which the Coca-Cola one?
Yeah,
Air
I'm
Jordan.
not a big fan of that one.
That's Air Jordan, and there's a Jordan logo on the front.
Looked like
It's
something took a dump on that.
This is
He did.
Bush Lights.
yeah, that's a good scheme.
Hashtag-
I like that one. It's got color. It's eye catching.
It is.
It is.
It flows really.
I would agree with that.
It flows really well. The blue into the orange into the blue, the little offset white on the quarter panel, and gives you a little bit more to look at, without being too loud.
To me,
Right.
color. To me, cars with color in it is better than just plain cars.
Yes, yes.
Than a solid scheme. If it's done right, a solid scheme can work really well. But I like this Bass Pro Shops one that they've been running for a few years now.
I like the black. I like the black and white, or the black and
I like
silver.
that. That paint scheme is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's my first Bass Pro Shop this year in Nashville. Never been inside one until this year.
You gotta go to the Pyramid in
Uh,
Memphis. That's cool. Too much white, too much plain,
Too much paint? Okay.
in my opinion. Yes.
Yeah,
There's
same
the
here.
Coke car again.
Another Dennis Hamlin Coke car.
This is a WWE one.
Yep, SummerSlam, right? Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
It's Corey LaJoy.
Mm-hmm. This is the
Waste
LeBron
management?
James.
Oh, okay.
I promise. Yeah.
No, I'm not a fan of that one.
Is that LeBron? Or that's his high school colors, right? The green and gold.
Yeah, that's his Foundation's colors. I do like me the Napa one.
See that?
Which Napa one?
That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, that one's okay.
That's an interesting color car. The baby blue with the dogs on it.
Yeah, not a fan of that one.
Napa children's one. This is High Point.
Yeah.
Highpoint.com. White and
To
black.
me, it's just a little too plain.
That's an interesting car there. Okay.
It's another one where we let the Crayola have a little bit too much fun coming out of the box.
Yeah.
Yes. Agaris. I'm assuming that's a drink.
Yeah,
Agaris
yeah.
Fracas, I'm assuming that's some kind of.
It's a Mexican soft drink, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Tequila.
Optic Gaming. That's not bad. The black.
I don't like
green,
that
and
shot though.
Yeah.
It's not a great. It
Okay.
doesn't. Some of these pictures have stuck.
You're telling me.
there's another
There's
another
another
car
one.
looks like there's another car that looks like they gave
Dixie
crayon
Vodka.
too much. Another
Yeah.
that's another car that gave crayon too much leeway with.
Yeah.
This one's pretty
yeah.
cool. It says Boosh, Bosch.
Yeah, that was a special. That was a special scheme they ran.
Halloween.
That was
colors.
the night race at Martinsville. That was the second Martinsville race. It's classic. How can you hate that scheme? It's a classic. It's the M&Ms. It's the one that they run for 30 years. I mean,
I like that. I like that color.
it very much represents the brand. You don't even you take the M's out of there, right? You still know what it is, and I think that's what a scheme. If you take the letter, you take the number off the car, you take the badging off the car, right? And it's just a plain. It's just the without any sponsors. You got to be able to look at the car and go, oh, that's the Napa car, that's the M&M's car, that's the Bass Pro car, and some of these schemes just don't scream the brand that they're trying to sell.
No, they shouldn't blame murder.
It is 3-0. Bills up.
Yes.
Okay.
See, there's another shot of it right there. The front.
Yep.
And the back. And then the back of the car. Okay, so the last three.
And this to me is a great scheme. With all the people that have worked with Kyle over the years to getting a chance to sign their name on the car. And so I'm a sucker for sentimental, schemes. Any kind of, like the support the troops schemes are always great. I love Throwback Weekend, where they go back and they bring some of the older schemes, just schemes that have meant something to the driver, or to the team, or a member of the team. Like a couple years ago, Brad Keselowski ran a scheme for his crew chief, and it's something that his crew chief had run when he was running late models. So I love those schemes. And any scheme that promotes the brand without having to have the brand on it, where you go, oh, that's Jordan. Oh, that's McDonald's. Oh, that's M&M's or whatever brand you're like the Tide ride. You knew what ride that was, even if you couldn't see the numbers, you couldn't see the logo. You knew which ride that was.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, the best schemes are the schemes that are going to represent the brand as the best, without having to know which driver it is, which car it is. Those are the schemes that I gravitate to the most.
You could say the Mel Yellow car in Days of Thunder. You could kind of tell from the distance that was.
Yeah,
right.
If you sprint, 100 yards away, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Even squinting at 100, instantly the Black 3. I know it's a very again like a great base coat can work really well if you have an idea of what you're going to do with it. A base coat can work really well.
And it was Die Hard was his sponsor, right?
GM Goodrich.
Jim Goodrich. Okay, I knew
Die Hard was DW, Darrell Waltrip.
Okay.
Or Die Hard. Both.
Well, do you guys want to look at more photos of retro hockey jerseys? We can skip to hockey if you guys.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Yeah.
Again, before Gerald got on here, the captain for my hockey team just scored his 1,000th point. He is now in the.
Wow.
He's close to 500 goals. I think he's only 4 or 5 goals away from 500 for his career. So
that's incredible. Right. How much time has he missed?
And who would that be?
He broke his leg. He broke his leg against Boston. He missed some time during our first of 2 Stanley Cup runs. He only played 2 minutes in that Stanley Cup final and scored a goal. That's the only bright moment he had in that one shift. He scored a goal, and that was it. And so that's what happened there.
He was good. I mean, that's get your name on a cup for sure.
Yeah. Well, he's
better.
He's definitely a Hall of Famer now. 2 cups, 1,000 points, going to be close to 500 goals. He'll have it before the end of his career. So I'd imagine he would be right there. I think he's the all-time points leader, I think, for the Lightning. Yeah, I think he's
points, assists, goals.
No. Goals is St. Louis, and St. Louis.
I thought he passed St. Louis.
He passed Cavier for points. I'll have to look it up. But maybe he passed St. Louis on something. I thought maybe.
I thought it was points in the.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Maybe it was assists. I'm not sure. I know he passed Vinny for points,
Yeah, all-time.
and
Yeah, he's the all-time points leader for the Lightning.
I mean,
And another thing-
how can you
another
not put him in?
Right.
Not to interrupt you, Bud, but before I go to the retro thing, I have to ask this question. Where is Rich? He told me he was going to be here to make me
Right.
wear an shoe hat. Where is he? Where are you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You didn't show up. And you know what? Had the Gators won, you wouldn't have worn the Gators hat. So just to say that.
Yeah.
Onward and
Yeah.
upward. So,
And we talked about that on Tuesday night, how he wasn't going to show up, and he wasn't going to, if the Gators had won, there's no way he would have shown up and wearing the Gators hat. So
No, I
Couldn't
know
take
that.
it, huh?
Where's the penalty? Oh, the score!
See,
Rossi
that's
Colton.
why I don't bet, because people don't honor up to their bets.
Right.
that's why I only use trusted sites like FanDuel and DraftKings.
I mean, I would have honored it. I had no problem honoring it.
Right.
But he's not here.
I honored it. But I mean,
He never said which show you were going to wear it on either.
is interesting to say the least. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I mean, he's not here.
And he was bragging to me about, well, Brad's going
Yeah,
to wear.
I would have worn it.
That's his problem.
When he had been here anyway.
He never said which show you were going to wear it on.
The first one.
Yeah, he was saying, Rich was saying, Brad's going to have to wear a Florida State hat because we're the better team. I'm like,
I would have had no issues wearing it. I don't have one, but I would have found one if I would have had to have worn it. And I probably would have walked outside and burned it. So, yeah. There's Vegas' throwback jersey.
Okay, I don't hate that one.
So that's the Knights. Just says Vegas down to jersey number.
Kind of like the script,
That is the
Rangers,
the old Coyotes, the original one.
right?
Yep. The next one I
Don't hate it.
believe is the Oilers. Can't tell what that is. What is that on that jersey?
Oh, it's that
Jesus.
07 one that they wore for a while. Those are awful. Awful.
Okay.
It was their
I
alternates
agree
in
with that.
07.
I agree with it.
They were
There's an
terrible.
awful one. An awful jersey. That one right there. That one is awful. That's an awful.
Well, it would be better if they didn't have the weird
No justice
pattern on the.
for the
on the
original
chest.
team, because that's the original logo right there, and that's no justice.
Well, if they take the
to those
patterning
guys that
off,
wore that jersey.
that those slash marks. If they take the slash marks
Yeah.
off, and then if they take the slash marks off and the black comes all the way around, it would look so much better.
Yeah.
I agree. Those slash marks are supposed to be rain, by the way.
Okay.
Get the lightning, the rain. That's what that's
Yeah.
supposed to be. I don't
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a cool jersey. I like Boston's jersey. The Bear.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Yeah, the
that.
bear is
You know,
classic.
I'm not a Bear is cool. Yeah.
Can't hate on that one, no.
That's a classic jersey. Or Stars.
Oh yeah, the old school North Stars jerseys.
No?
it's
Yeah,
now
those are
seven-
classic.
Throwback
It
Stars.
is now
Wow.
7-3.
Those are interesting.
Take this up.
7-3.
I hate those. Love.
St. Louis. Who?
They look like Sweden. Look like
That's what I
Team
said.
Sweden.
Kraken. Aren't those just their current jersey?
I
haven't been
think they
here that
added
long.
more
They changed.
green.
More green? Okay.
Yeah, because I think
I
their
might-
their normal sweaters are a solid blue with the green stripes around the bottom.
Okay. I might.
They're
They're here
terrible.
next Tuesday. Not next Tuesday, the following Tuesday, the 13th. I might go see them. That's the only team I haven't seen the Lightning play in person. Is Seattle.
Right.
The
The
Winnipeg
Jets?
Jets. That throwback.
I like those. Those are all right.
Yeah, the old throwback. The old throwback. Yep. Oh, the Capitals with the eagle. That's cool.
All those Jets.
Yeah, the
That's
Eagle is,
cool.
is. Yeah, that's a great jersey.
Yep, that's Ovechkin right there wearing it. That's awesome. awesome.
Ovechkin's
that's ugly.
making history.
That's terrible.
That's terrible, Montreal. That is terrible.
What's French for terrible?
Oh,
If you
come
look up-
on. Oh, yuck.
Who picked that
If
color
you look
scheme?
up terrible in a French dictionary, it's just a picture of this.
That's yeah.
Yes.
That's- because that Habs jersey is so classic. That red and blue and white.
Right.
It's such a classic
Right.
jersey. And why would
Right.
you destroy that
So many-
logo
How many
with that?
how many legends have worn that jersey?
Oh, a whole bunch. A whole bunch of
Mm.
people in red worn at Montreal. Oh, yeah. One of the most iconic jerseys in all of hockey is that one. Next to the Red
Right.
Wings and Rangers as well.
Yeah.
Toronto,
And the Leafs.
what do you do?
That's a
Put an
great
extra
jersey.
stitch in the-
I'm sorry, but that it's clean. It's clean. How can you hate on that one?
Yeah.
It's clean. I love it.
Nashville's a little
No.
different. They changed the Predator in their
I-
jersey.
I don't like the mustard yellow.
When I was in Tennessee earlier this year, I mean, it's just mustard yellow all over Nashville when this Predator is playing. You couldn't do better
Yeah.
than that. Really? Really, Carolina? Really?
Just
I mean,
the
there-
script
if you look at
canes across the
C,
front
you can't
like
really
this.
see it, but it's the two. Well, up by the sea, bud, they have the two hurricanes, the flags that represent.
Oh, the hurricane warning
The
flag.
two red with the black
Yeah.
hurricane
Who
warning
in the
flags,
world
yeah.
is in charge of picking out the pictures for these articles? Because they need to be fired.
Yeah, they do.
Look at that jersey. Look at that jersey.
Is that
San
San Jose? Rocking the old Seals
Yes.
jersey, huh? There's a reason why
Yeah.
that team folded up and went away.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
now we know.
Wow. Florida. What is that? Oh my goodness. What is that?
Yeah.
Like, somebody needs to take the Crayola away.
Oh my God.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, so let me ask you this question. Who's got it worse, the Lightning or that one?
This one.
That one by a mile.
That one, yeah.
The Florida one? I agree. I think I'd rather buy a Lightning jersey than that. I'm not a Panther fan, but still. That's cool. Now that's a retro jersey. Now that's what it's supposed to look like. The old purple and yellow for the Kings. That's a cool jersey.
Never liked the
That's
purple
one
and
of
yellow.
those throwbacks. You don't see.
See, I never liked the purple and yellow to begin with.
Who the heck?
Yeah.
Who is that? Is that the Blue
That's the
Jackets? Is
Vancouver
that cool?
Canucks. Is who this
At least they're not wearing those god awful uniforms
No,
that
it's
they used to
Vancouver.
wear.
Right.
What, the black and
The
gold?
black with the red stripes. Those were
Oh.
terrible.
Ah, I'm surprised that they didn't go back to those.
Yeah.
The Flyers are wearing
Fun.
they're wearing their retro jerseys when they're playing the Lightning at home. The white logo. White
Those are
back
good.
and
Those are
blue
good. I don't
sleeves.
hate those. It looks very much like the late '90s, early 2000s Flyers jerseys.
Well, again, that's
Back
another,
with
like the Leafs. It's very clean. There's no bright colors or huge logo or anything like that. It's just a clean jersey.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
The old Ducks. The mighty Duck.
Now the logo.
There
Now the pants. They're wearing the more mid 2000s pants. They're not wearing the old a teal,
Yeah,
a purple and teal pants.
green. Ah. They were.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, mom and teal. Yeah, but that's the old mighty Duck logo right there.
Yeah, but they got the duck logo with their more mid 2000s pants. I like that one.
Retro logo. That I like
And that's
that one.
that's
I like
the
that one.
early
That's the
'90s
Blue
Penguins.
Jackets. That's not bad. That's interesting. Interesting color scheme.
When it's going to catch up here.
Yep.
Yeah.
This one's not bad either. The Blue Jackets.
Yeah, no, that's way mid 2000s Blue Jackets. Like that one.
Yeah, there's the Pittsburgh again. That's cool. The old throwback.
So Mario,
Pink one.
Super Mario
W.
jerseys.
Oh, Jesus, Buffalo. God, what's up with the white?
Don't.
Why
Yeah.
white?
It's like it's somebody forgot to take accidentally dumped a bucket of bleach into the laundry.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is that?
Let me see.
Gee, it took all the color away.
Oh, come on. Oh, yeah.
You gotta use the color safe. You gotta use that color safe bleach, guys. Come on.
Oof. There is no color
Okay.
safe bleach in that uniform.
Jeez, what a turd.
Oh my Lord.
If it looks
Is
like a
that the
turd,
Sens next? I think so.
Okay, so
Does it
let's
say?
see this.
Yeah, that looks like a turd.
I want to read this. I want to read this. We'll continue real quick, guys. I want to read this. This is from Kev, and he says in the group page, all everyone is from this point is to give your very best. Dana and I
Yes.
will do the same. I love everyone in this group. Hashtag we're family. Kevin, we love you. Love you too. Jen, love you too.
Yes, we do.
yes.
Let me go on here. Next
Was it-
one is the Chicago Blackhawks. Oh, they should
Here it comes.
jersey that have been much more create than that. Just the Chicago thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
jersey,
don't. Those are
The
stupid.
Blackhawk logo, another one that is clean. I like that one.
Yeah,
The Ranger logo. I like that. The Liberty.
yeah, those are good.
The Liberty.
Those
I
are
like
good.
that. They
Thank
wore
you.
that.
Those are
They
good.
wore that after 9/11. I like that. I like that jersey a lot.
Yep.
Liberty.
Lady Liberty. Yeah.
Let's see. The Wild, okay. They brighten
All
the
right.
yellow.
Yeah, they went with the North Stars. The old North Stars.
The old Minnesota
Color.
North Stars.
Yep, the old North Star.
I don't hate it. Maybe a little bit too much, a little too
I
vibrant.
didn't
As
see
it could be.
Detroit, and I didn't see.
Yeah, Detroit's awful. It's just like Chicago's. Just a
Well, there's
script
Colorado.
Detroit across the belly. It doesn't
Is it-
do anything for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's Colorado at the top. I think that was the only one that we didn't see. All right. Interesting. Well, that's
Yeah.
actually the article, but came from the Detroit Free Press. That's where that article came from.
Very respectable.
I don't know who in the Free Press. I don't know who in the Free Press collected those images. Maybe they could have done a little bit better. But I don't
Same
know.
thing with
Yeah.
whoever collected the images for that NASCAR article we were reading. That was brutal. It was like really hard to tell.
That came from NASCAR.com, so that came from the
Yeah, but I don't know who collected the images for them. But they
True.
they need to take a sabbatical for a week or two.
I think we all do.
We did take a sabbatical for a week. And happy Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, in the group.
You know, I did.
I remember about the Christmas one, actually.
About on my show, Lou, about Aaron Rodgers
Ooh.
and that list.
We'll get in that in a
Yeah,
minute
I got
here.
a list of 6 pop.
Anywhere
MLB.
but Green Bay, it ain't gonna happen.
Right.
The MLB is now in the free agent market, and Jose Abreu is in Houston. Signed a 3-year contract with the Astros, so that's interesting. The Yankees brought back Anthony Rizzo. Just some of
Thankfully.
them.
They got to get a deal done with Judge.
They
Here are
will.
five fringe contenders that should make a move this offseason. I'm going to give you guys the 5 teams that MLB.com has listed down. Number 1 is the Phillies, the defending National League champions. They should make a move there. How are they fringe contenders when they were in the National League championship game? Are they in the
Because they're a fluke. They have to show staying power.
Oh, come on now.
But they weren't expected to be there. I mean, they were Cinderella. They weren't expected to be there. They had to come back from like 8 games down on the Mets.
They still did it.
But then consistency. Got to see some consistency.
All right. I'll
Okay.
give you that.
Brad,
Stamkos is 6 goals away from 500. He's got
There you go.
4 goals.
Ted just made
Yes, sir.
another another post in the group chat. He goes, December the 26th, I am inviting everyone to Just Us show. 1, how I met you. 2, why you fell in love with sports. 3, your favorite sports. 2003 were also attached to the sports funds.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay. If I'm not doing
So-
anything, I'll try to
So
be
how
here.
do we do this?
I don't know how he's going to do that. If he's going to bring us all on like a big Zoom chat
Yeah.
and do one by
Yeah.
one, or there's like,
Or
hey,
fly us out.
Hey.
No, probably not.
that would be cool. Hey, Walker Report, you're on at 5 o'clock. Hey, Gerald, you guys are on at 6, and then you could do something like that where you could have all of us go through. The next
Yeah.
team is the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
They need to make a move. They got to get better. Again, another team we need to see some consistency from. You know, is this a 2 or 3 year stretch where they're really good and then they're going to fall off?
Right.
Yeah.
10-7. It is now 10-7.
Come on, I need one more.
The next one, guys, actually, I would agree with this wholeheartedly, is the Baltimore Orioles. They made a step
Yeah.
forward last
Yeah.
year.
Yep.
I think they're about what maybe 1 or 2 pieces away from being
Consistency. Again,
Two.
it's
Yeah.
consistency. It's winning. It's breaking losing streaks, right? It's not. It's win 1, lose 1, win 3, lose 6, win 1, lose 5.
Lose 6.
Number 4 is the Chicago Cubs.
They're bad. They're bad. They're so bad.
Can you rewind to 2016? Well, maybe.
Yeah, I think they. Well, that's the problem is they've been living in 2016.
Right. Like in Back to the Future. Oh no, that was
They've been coasting on 2016 for the last 6 years,
yeah.
and they're not a very good team right now. And they've
Awesome.
got to find some. They've again, it's developing in the minor leagues. It's finding consistency. It's breaking losing streaks. It's not winning 1 and losing 4, winning 1 and losing 5, winning 1 and losing 6, winning 2 and losing 6. It's
Right.
about finding consistency. It's about breaking losing streaks. It's staying out of slumps. It's finding consistently good pitching.
Mm-hmm. I agree. The last one, guys, is the Minnesota Twins.
Okay. Minnesota is in a weak division right now.
Yeah.
They benefit from being in a weak division. They're going to beat up on Kansas City, Detroit, and Chicago. And the only other contender in the division is Cleveland. I'd like to throw out Seattle. I think Seattle has the potential to regress this year.
They're another team, I think, Adam, that wasn't supposed to be. Oh, there he
Oh,
is.
right.
There's Rich. Okay, now he shows
Okay.
up. I think the Mariners are, like you said, like with the Phillies, another team that wasn't supposed to be there, and I don't think the Mariners are supposed to be there either.
No.
Right.
To be, and that what they took. Who was it that they didn't they get past the first round? Didn't they make it into round 2?
Did they?
Who did they
Yeah.
knock out in the first round? Or no? Did they not make it past the first round of the playoffs?
I don't remember now. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
I thought Seattle got through the first round.
It sounds right. Did they beat? No, because the Yankees beat
No.
beat the Twins.
Yes.
Seattle
Yankees
beat Cleveland.
Right.
Cleveland.
Yeah, I thought they beat somebody they weren't supposed to beat in round 1.
Cleveland, wasn't it?
No, because Cleveland
No.
got
Tampa?
all the way to the AL. No. Tampa got beat by Cleveland in round
Okay.
1. No, maybe round 1. No, I think Cleveland beat the Rays in 4 games in round 1. I thought
Because
Seattle
New York
didn't get past the first round.
had the bye.
Oh.
For the Astros.
Oh.
Houston
Who did the Astros beat? Did Seattle? The Astros beat Seattle.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
And then they beat us.
Yeah, correct. I got you. Okay, see, trying to fill in the
Yeah.
gap.
I've slept since then, so.
we're in December. Happy December, everybody out there that's watching.
Indeed.
3 months away from spring training starting. I mean,
Right.
that's how quick baseball will be back here before you snap your fingers. Baseball will be back. So
Indeed, it will.
it'll be another long, grueling 162 game season.
Yeah.
But that season's too long. I mean, I understand the
Yeah.
length. I understand the money. That season's way too long. But then again, when you have all that guaranteed money, you got to do it.
Yeah, it's
Right.
too late to get away from.
Yeah, they're not gonna lessen the games because it's too much in. And how craziness would it be? I mean, they play baseball now until the middle of November now. So
Yeah.
you can't
Early November.
unless you're gonna have a neutral site baseball stadium because all these cold weather cities like New York and Chicago and all that, you can't play in those cities outside in November with the snow and
Right.
everything.
You can, but you shouldn't.
Right, correct. How about the Jaguars? We could talk about the Jaguars, Rich, when we get to the NFL.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we'll talk about everybody. We always do.
We don't
But-
discriminate.
No,
and the thing about it is that even if if they shorten the season by 20 games, right?
Yeah.
That would mean that ticket prices have to go up.
correct.
Yeah.
And that's $1,000 ticket in New York goes to $2,000. You're pricing people right out of the. What was a $50 ticket in Detroit is now a $300 ticket.
Yeah.
And do you guys think that baseball is the cheapest sport to go to?
So,
Why?
in my opinion, it is.
Yes.
think it
Yes.
Because you can get a ticket for a Rays game for like $15-$18 in the first level
Yeah,
at Tropicana Field.
Well, nobody really goes there, so I guess that's why.
And that's 100% the reason why. They're trying to fill the. Well, Gerald, you're in Texas. What is the ticket prices for a Rangers game now? That they're on a rebuild. Texas is in the middle of it.
I haven't checked it out in a while,
Okay.
but I can
Yeah.
check it out real quick. Wait,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're going to give you any prices.
Braves tickets aren't bad. Braves tickets, we were looking at like $100 for 2 tickets for a late September game. We never ended up going, but we were looking at it, me and my friend.
Not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
And that's
I think the tickets were like $65 a piece.
that's a new stadium too in Atlanta.
Yeah. I didn't want to drive all the way to Atlanta.
How far away was that drive?
2.5 hours
I don't
in
blame you.
Atlanta.
I don't blame you. I think
I didn't want to deal with.
for hockey or football I would, but not for baseball. I don't think I'd drive.
Not when I can go to Chattanooga for like $15.
Yeah.
Chattanooga, huh?
Yep, and go see the Cincinnati's AA team is in Chattanooga. Go watch
Oh,
AA
yeah.
ball in Chattanooga. It's still baseball. It's not like
Hey.
baseball. Baseball doesn't change. Still baseball.
I have the Clearwater
Awesome.
Threshers here. That's the Phillies A team.
Okay.
You can go there on
Chattanooga.
certain nights of the week, Tuesday or Wednesdays, and it's like $5 hot dog night. And
Right.
the tickets are like $10 to get inside. So
Right on.
$15 you can get a ticket and a hot dog. That ain't bad. That's
No.
not bad at all. So and again, just like Adam said, baseball is baseball. I don't
Yes.
that's not major league. You're not gonna see major league talent. Especially
Oh,
A-ball.
now wait a minute. That's not exactly true. Some of the best players come out of the minor leagues.
Well,
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking.
okay,
I mean,
Brad, an average
sir.
ticket for a Rangers game is $38.04.
see, that's not bad.
Right.
That's
Okay.
not bad.
But if you shorten the season by 20 games, that ticket's going to triple.
Yeah, it'll be in the
Right.
50-60 category. Yep,
Yeah.
correct.
You're looking at $80 for a midweek baseball game.
And the Rangers have a fairly new stadium too. They
Yep.
just
And a fairly sucky team.
yeah. Like I said,
So,
the
I
Rangers-
mean-
Yeah.
I agree
Rangers are
with
on
you
it
on
down
that one,
right
Adam.
now.
And I'm not, again, I've said this before, and it's not, it's not fair. I'm not saying that the guys aren't cutting it out every night. They're out there, they're grinding, they're in the game, and they're trying their best, and just sometimes you're just not. The other team's just that. The other team gets to make plays, So so when you have 81 games that you need to fill, if you cut that down to 61 games, if they went to 142 games or whatever, whatever it would be, whatever, or 122 games, and you have a sucky baseball team like the Rangers, it's that much harder to get fans to come out
Yeah.
to 61 games.
Unless you have bags over your heads.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Kansas City, Detroit, Texas, they give them out at the gate.
Sorry, Taylor. Yeah.
They get them out at the gate. That's hilarious. Well, I mean, the Rays the Rays just don't show up. So that's
Right. I mean, and it's Tampa Bay though.
Yeah.
There's so much to do. There's so much to see and be seen doing in Tampa Bay. No matter how good the Rays, and the stadium sucks. And the ownership is a jackass. The owner's a jackass. And the stadium isn't friendly. I love Comerica. I've been there a dozen times. I'd go there in a heartbeat. It's a great place to come. Whether it's a Sunday afternoon or a Wednesday night, it's a great place to take a ball game in. And, it's friendly. The people are friendly. And I don't know as being, you go to Rays games in your Boston gear. I don't know what Florida baseball fans are like. I don't know if you get a lot of vitriol.
They don't like Red Sox fans. They don't.
Right. I've been to a game. See, I've seen the White Sox. I've seen the A's. I've seen Kansas City. I've seen the Indians. I've seen a lot of divisional games, and there are plenty of other fans there. But I've never had a bad interaction with an opposing team's fan in Detroit. As a Detroit fan, they're always friendly. They're always, I've seen us win. I've seen us lose, and they're always, everybody's really respectful. It's nobody wants to, and I know this is a stereotype of the away fans just being absolutely unbearable, just or the home fans. I'm sorry, as an away, and it's like for me, I'm here to root for my team. I'm not here to mess with the other team's fans. They have a right to be here as long as they're respectful. I'm respectful.
Yes.
Well, I'll be honest with you, but when I went to the USF game in Gainesville a couple months ago, I was actually concerned about that because I've heard that, depending on who Florida's playing, it could be nasty.
Rowdy.
So I got picked up at their baseball,
Texas wins.
and there were two Florida Gator writers, press guys. And I'm like, okay, I didn't even know where the hell I was going to go. I didn't know where I was going. I wasn't told where to go. They're like, no, man, we got you. Just follow us. So I'm walking through the crowd, and everybody's looking at me because I'm in green and gold. I'm not in blue and orange. And I'm a Gator fan, as you can see the wreath behind me. But I'm just saying, I wasn't in hometown colors. And not one Gator fan gave me a hard time. Not one. I saw them. Not one of them gave me a hard time. So I guess it just depends on the fan bases and who you bump into. At the end of the day, you're all there to enjoy the game. I don't know why you shit. You're all there to enjoy the game, whatever it is, hockey, baseball, football, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're basketball. You're there to enjoy the ball game. It's a fun thing to get away for 2, 3, 4 hours away from real life and the world around you, just to be with other people who are there to do the same thing you are.
Right.
I mean, others might drink more alcohol than you do, but it's all for the fun of the game.
Just like with these shows we do.
Yeah.
The reason why we get along so good because we like doing this.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
And
it's about having fun.
And it takes us away from what's going on in the world. We get that 2 hours to escape reality, to get into talking sports, and we forget about all the crap that's going on in the world.
Yes.
You can ask these two guys. I'm having a crappy day. What did I say? Give me 2 hours, I might feel better. Because I'm not even thinking about it right now. I haven't even thought about it for the last half hour.
And also we are family. When one of us is down, the other one's
everybody's down. Yeah, everybody.
We're all going to pick each other up.
What do you say about What do you say about the?
Okay, so let's talk about college football landscape.
Yes.
Let's go back to last week's games. Last week's college football games, and we'll go to this week's college one. Let's see here. Let's go back to week 13. Okay, so we'll start with the Egg Bowl. That was on Thanksgiving Day.
Exactly.
It's called the Egg Bowl. It's called the Egg Bowl, Mississippi State. Did you not know that?
Yes.
I swear to God, that's what the game is called. It's called the Egg Bowl.
He's right.
Mississippi State beat Ole Miss.
Done Ole Miss.
And when Kiffin signed an extension, he's not going to Auburn. He is signing an extension because they hired Hugh Freeze. Auburn hired Hugh Freeze.
Bad move.
As their next coach. That's not a good move.
Okay.
Not a good move. Florida State beat Florida on Black Friday 45-38. NC State upset North Carolina.
Yes, they did.
What happened to Carolina? What happened to North Carolina?
Well, we're going to find out this week playing in the ACC championship game against it.
I meant the basketball team.
UCLA beat Cal 35-28. Oh, them too. Yeah, they lost on the same night. Tulane beat Cincinnati. That means Tulane is going to the American Championship game. Texas beat Baylor 38-27. Georgia beat Georgia Tech 37-14. Michigan dominated Ohio State 45-23. TCU beat Iowa State 62-14. That was a butt whooping. Texas A&M upset LSU 38-23 at College Station. USC got into what I believe in the college football playoffs. They lose to Utah 38-27 over Notre Dame. Alabama beat Auburn in the Iron Bowl 49-27. South Carolina upsets Clemson 31-30. The Beavers upset the Ducks. Yeah, that's the Battle of Oregon.
The Beavers.
Is that called the? No, that's Washington's the Apple Cup.
Yeah.
Tennessee beat Vanderbilt 56-0.
Vanderbilt sucks.
Michigan State loses to Penn State 35-16 in Happy Valley.
Not so
Kansas
happy.
State beat Kansas 47-27. In the Apple Cup, Washington beat Washington State 51-33. And Utah beat Colorado 63-21. Deion Sanders might be going there. UCF beat South Florida 46-39. That game, we can talk about that game. I was there. And Kentucky beat Louisville 26-13.
Touchdown, Bill.
In the Battle of Kentucky.
Yes, the Bluegrass.
Does that make it 17-7 now?
17-7. And talking about games, I am so, excuse my language, so pissed off at Kansas right now.
Okay.
Yeah, you needed Kansas to win so that.
Tell us how you really feel. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
Kansas can go jump off the damn Golden State Bridge.
I think they have.
No.
They got shelled. They got absolutely shelled.
Kansas had one job to do. That's all I asked them. Was one damn job, was to beat Kansas State.
Yeah.
Beat TCU.
What happened? They fell apart. I wanted that damn revenge game against TCU. I wanted that revenge game.
Oh, well, you have to wait till next year. That'll have to be one of those situations. You got to wait till next year.
I know TCU is going to beat Kansas State, but I'm hoping Kansas State comes in and just whips the daylight out of TCU.
Well, down list of the games that are happening. One of them is happening tomorrow. It is the Pac-12 championship, and that is between number 11 Utah on the road, or they're in Vegas. They're playing in Lane Stadium against the Trojans, the men of Troy. Point favorite. The over is 67.
What's the
Men of
point
Troy.
spread?
Mountain West.
What's the point spread?
It's 2.5 USC and 67.
2.5. Huh?
I go USC,
67
but,
is the under in this game.
I go USC,
2.5
but they're not going to cover.
Yeah.
I like SC to cover. You said
They're
67?
Okay. 67 is the over-under. Yep.
It gets there. Give me USC
Oh, wow,
to
Lightning are-
and see the points in the over.
I'm gonna take the upset. I'm gonna take the Utes all the way.
I'm taking
gonna take
USC.
Okay.
I don't want any upsets
next
this weekend.
Could be close
The
though.
next game is at noon, and that is the Big 12 championship game between Kansas State and TCU. The line is 2.5 for the Horned Frogs. The over/under is 62, and that's in Arlington. Arlington, Texas.
Yes.
Jerry will.
Frogs
TCU.
are the White
TCU.
I want Kansas State to do it, but I got a feeling TCU is going to do it, so I
Okay.
got to go with TCU.
Yeah.
I'll take the Horned Frogs. Yep, that's fine. 4:00 is the SEC title game in
Yeah.
Atlanta. It's LSU and Georgia. The Bulldogs are a 17.5 point favorite with the over/under being 52.5.
Georgia
think-
wins. Oh, go
I
ahead.
think it's going to be a lot closer than that. I don't see LSU losing by 17.5, but I'm
Okay.
going Georgia.
Georgia wins.
Georgia by
LSU
2 scores.
covers. Georgia wins. LSU covers.
Okay,
I'm
I like
going-
that.
I'm
Okay.
going to say Georgia 40, LSU 37.
Wow. Okay.
Georgia 40, LSU 27.
Yeah, I was gonna say 37 points against that Georgia defense. Ooh, I don't know.
I'd be
I
okay
don't
with
know
it.
about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's going to be a close
maybe in
game.
the playoff. Maybe
It's
in the
gonna be a
playoff
close
we see
game.
that. Yeah.
Close and a good game.
Oh, they broke the shutout. Okay.
Sorry.
The American Championship is on 4 p.m. in New Orleans as the UCF Golden Knights are playing the Tulane Green Wave. Tulane is a 4-point favorite. The over/under is 57.
I like Tulane, the points in the over.
Say here.
I would that.
I'll
Tulane.
I'll say Tulane. I'll take Tulane. I was
I'm
gonna
going
say flip a coin, but
to go with Adam on this one.
The Green Wave. No, I don't want UCF to win anything, so I'm taking Tulane.
okay.
Uh,
No.
the
Check
next, the
please.
8:00. The 8:00 is the Big Ten championship game in Indianapolis,
Yes.
as the Purdue Boilermakers are playing the number 2 Michigan Wolverines.
Michigan all the way.
Michigan's a 17-point favorite. The over/under is 52.
Michigan points and cover.
Oh yeah, no question.
Michigan, the points in the over.
And tickets are as low as $123 if anybody wants to make that trike to Indianapolis. Just saying.
Okay.
I got to work.
At least now I can make it.
The ACC championship is on also at 8:00 on ABC in Charlotte, North Carolina, and that will feature the Clemson Tigers and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Clemson is a 7.5 point favorite. The
Clemson.
over/under at 63.5.
Clemson.
Upset City. Give me the Tar Heels.
Yep.
The Tar Heels. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going Tar Heels too because of Mac Brown.
I think
You know what? I'm gonna agree with you guys. I'm gonna take UNC as well. Yep.
Mm.
So 2 upsets. I got Utah and North Carolina winning. Okay.
No, wait.
I like that. I like that.
well, the committee wants no chaos this weekend. The committee wants the top 4 to just win and be
Yeah,
done.
chaos. Come on, you got a little chaos.
No chaos. They want the top
Okay,
4 to
fine.
just win and be done. Georgia, Michigan, TCU, SC. Everybody wins. Everybody, the playoffs are set.
It's easier said than done, but
Georgia goes to face SC in Atlanta, and Michigan gets TCU in Glendale.
okay.
Yep. And then the winners will meet on January? What is the national title?
Ninth.
9th, January 9th.
And it looks
Not
like
sure
and
where it
looks
is this year.
like Texas will play UCLA in the Alamo Bowl.
Okay.
Okay, Davy Crockett.
Yes.
So where you thought you were going to,
If I'm not mistaken, that's a New Year's Six bowl, ain't it?
I think it's December 28th.
I think
Oh.
it's before New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Bummer.
I think,
I take it.
But remember,
I was going to say where you thought you were going to be at the beginning of the year.
guys,
I said we wasn't going to win more than 5 games.
yeah.
Right?
But remember, guys, this year that the New Year's Day games are going to be on the Monday the 2nd, not the 1st,
Correct. I have a couple of
Because
cover.
for
But,
obvious reasons.
But to be honest with y'all, I'm glad that the Horns made me eat that crow pie.
I thought they were going to be better than they were, or than they weren't.
Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah.
after last year finishing 5-7, I take this 8-4.
Right?
Sure.
It's an improvement, you know.
You can say that again, yeah.
And the only way they can go is up now.
Right.
Right.
Supposedly, yes.
And they got Arch Manning coming in next year. I expect him to be a day one starter. I think yours was a stopgap. He did okay, but I just can't see them spending all that money to bring in Arch Manning and not play him day one.
There is trouble among the ranks with the offensive line and Quinn Ewers right now.
Of course.
I just don't see Quinn Ewers. I think spring ball. We'll have to wait till spring 2023 to find out for sure. But I just can't see them keeping him or him staying there, especially if Arch shows any kind of promise. Because you know, come September when it all starts all over again and everybody's back to zero, and everybody's thinking that they got a shot. That if the fan base there in Texas is not going to accept Quinn Ewers going 0 for 1, they'll be screaming for Arch Manning.
One of our top receivers, Jordan Worthy, he entered the transfer portal,
Right.
and so did the backup quarterback Hudson Card,
Right.
and that's going to leave us without that number 1 receiver now.
Right. Now, and I think that
You can go out and get one.
yeah, I definitely, give me 3 stars with heart all day long. Give me 3 stars with heart. Give me 3 stars with guts and grit and determination over your 5 stars with talent. Because I can do guys that will put in the work, that are going to run the routes right, that are going to be where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be there, and don't rely. Look at oh God, I'm not Johnny Manziel. That's the name I was trying to come up with. See, he had talent, right? He had talent for days, but he had no passion. He had no heart. When he couldn't make things, when he just couldn't throw it up there and let somebody go make a play, he didn't understand how to read defenses. He didn't understand how to call protections. He didn't understand that playing football, when he was playing in high school, he could just out-talent people. He could pull the ball down and run for 60 yards, and it was a highlight play in high school. And he could do the same thing in college. You know, and he would make bad reads.
Go ahead, Adam. Sorry.
He made bad reads, and he didn't. You know, you need a certain level of talent, and I'm not saying that. You know, give me. You know, of course, if you give me a 5-star with heart and passion and talent, you know, heart, passion, and talent, of course. But you give me those 3-star guys that are willing to put in the work, come to work every day, lunch pail guys, blue collar guys that are that understand that football is a business as much as it is a sport. Right. And to be the best, you have to put in the work like the best.
Yep. The reason why I was saying that there's trouble between the offensive line and Quinn Ewers is because I think it was the game against Baylor. I'm not sure. I have to go back and look. But he got mad at the offensive line and he was screaming in their faces. If you want protection, don't be going screaming at your offensive line.
You gotta have
that can work. Either you yell at them because they're not doing their job and they ignore you and piss you off, or you fire them up to protect you more and have more
right,
weight.
but you have to have the clout to be able to pull strings like that.
But
you know,
also, you got to know how to go and talk to your offensive line.
Well, there are certain guys that can do that, right? Your Tom Brady's, your Peyton Manning's, your Patrick Mahomes, guys that have been around, that understand blocking schemes, that understand what needs to be done. They can get up in a guy's face, and it's also about knowing your guys too. You know, knowing what.
Problem with Quinn, he doesn't know the offensive line that well.
Right.
So, you know, to them, that's like, okay, well, our quarterback basically just insulted us.
Potentially. I can't speak to it at any more than a surface level because I don't know how they feel about it.
They already said they don't like him.
Right.
That's locker room talk. I wouldn't put too much stake in that. You know, in the moment after a tough loss, you know, things are said, or even after a tough win, things are said. You know, I don't like a lot of my coworkers, but yet we still go out there and do the job.
Exactly.
You know, and I think that's a lot. There's you know, guys that got articles to write, guys that they got articles to be turned in by midnight, and they're looking for a headline. They're looking to start something, and we don't know what goes on.
It's like this. We all had that one person at our job that we want to kick the crap out of every day.
Right. But we need that guy. So.
But you know, if you need help, that person's there to back you up.
And the thing about it is that, you know, in the moment you say things and then you cool off. You talk. The offensive line coach will pull Ewers aside and then talk to him. The quarterback coach will come over and talk to him. And then on Tuesday morning, when everybody's back in the building for the first time, when everybody's had a chance to cool off and we can have a reasonable, rational discussion. And it's about it's about passion, right? And it's about the fire in your belly, right? And it's a learning experience, and his offensive lineman can have a chance to have a civil conversation with him. In that moment when you're screaming in my face, I'm gonna scream right back. And it depends on what he said. He may be right. He may have been right. We don't know. He may have been right. He may have said the right things. And we're sitting here as fans, and we know how we would respond, right? And how we would feel when somebody. But if he's right, right? Yeah. And if he knows, the Tom Brady's of the world, the Patrick Mahomes of the world, the Aaron Rodgers of the world, the Peyton Mannings of the world, the guys that know football, the guys that eat, sleep, and breathe and live the game, they can get away with screaming at our offensive linemen because they know what they're talking about. They know blocking schemes, they know protections, they know what they want when they make a call and when they make a check. And if you missed your check, if I called a check and you missed your block because you didn't make the damn check, I'm gonna be in your face. I'm gonna be in your face. I'm gonna be saying things. I'm gonna call you out for it. We're sitting here and saying, well, he doesn't like the offensive line, doesn't like him. You don't gotta like me, damn it. Just do your damn job.
Do your job.
I don't care if you don't like me. We don't have to go get drinks after this. Do your damn job and don't worry about what I'm doing. And then obviously it's much, and we also forget the fact that in the stadium, especially on the road, because I think they were in Baylor, it's loud, it's raucous, it's especially if the opposing team is winning, or if the home team is winning. I'm sorry, I misspoke again. If the home team's winning, it's loud. So what we see as yelling may only be yelling because it's so damn loud we can't hear each other. So yeah, I'm screaming at you. But I'm screaming at you because I need to be heard.
Right. I can tell you this right now. There's going to be a quarterback controversy in Texas when Archie Manning comes in.
Oh no, no doubt.
There could be. It depends on how he plays in the spring.
There will.
If he doesn't play, if he doesn't show up and show out in the spring, it's in my opinion, sitting here right now on December 1st, 2022. We have a long way to go before September and before the we have a long way to go before the calendar flips over to 2023. Still got a full month of they'll get 15 extra practices because they get to go play in a bowl game. And in my opinion, it's Ewer's job to lose right now. He has to go out and he has to prove to me if I were on the coaching staff, prove to me that you deserve the job. You go earn the job. We got a freshman quarterback coming in, hot shot prospect. Prove to me that we shouldn't give him the starting job.
Mm-hmm.
I just got a text from a friend of mine saying that the Cowboys are going to sign Odell Beckham Jr. That's what we need.
Oh boy.
Drama in Dallas. That's all he is drama now.
Next time on Dallas. Oh no. Odell Beckham.
Well, the real question is, who shot JR?
Yeah.
Beckham
Right.
did.
Who shot JR?
Who shot Beckham? No.
My mother watched that soap opera religiously.
So did mine. So did mine. And my grandmother.
My mom.
Yeah, my grandmother was a Dallas fan. Yeah.
I remember JR, Bobby.
Yep.
You hear that theme song, you know exactly what soap opera that is.
Yeah, exactly. You should be playing sometime.
Yep. The
fact he was a ruthless SOB.
Oh yeah.
Jerry Jones. Reminds me of Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Who shot JJ? Never mind.
That would be the Dallas faithful.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, though, honestly, we don't need him in Dallas. Our receiving core is good. Is good enough.
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't need any drama.
But
I was gonna say
again, we can sit here and say, as fans, we can say we don't need him. But hey, Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy may see something in him that we don't.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. He's been drama for the last couple of years, right? And ever since the boat incident, right, in 2015, and then you had the Josh Norman incident and the kicking in the net, right? And Mike McCarthy is not a guy that fools around when it comes to personnel.
No.
And I think and again, we don't have the privilege of sitting in on the meetings, right? We don't get to kind of like when we talk about being a GM, and it's tough to be a GM. I don't envy those. I mean, I do because I'd love to be a GM, but their job is hard, right? At the end of the day, their job is hard. They have it's what is going to make our team better? What is going to make our team more competitive? Who gives us the best chance to go out and win? We don't know who's dinged up on the Cowboys, in the Cowboys receiving core. There may be, they may have some, I'm sure everybody's got nicks and cuts and bumps and bruises, and everybody is a wounded warrior at this point. Everybody's battling something. It's a torn labrum. It's a bum shoulder. It's a jammed pinky. Everybody, and you get a guy coming in fresh who has the only problem that I see with bringing a guy in off the street this late in the year is that he has to learn the entire playbook. He has to learn all the calls. He has to learn all the routes, and not everyone runs the same route trees, and the calls are different. What might be a 9 route in LA is not the same 9. It's the same. A 9 route is a fly, right? It's a straight go. But a 9 route in Dallas is from the inside hash, and a 9 route in LA was on the outside hash, right? So
one thing about Odell Beckham that I like, he draws that double coverage.
Right, he's gonna double. Maybe he used to be able to draw double coverage. Used to be, right? That was his big selling point, was he could draw a double. Now, can he still draw that double? Does he still have that over-the-top speed that he had? And he tore his Achilles last year in the playoffs. So
Well,
does he still have that burner speed?
So his ACL.
Yeah.
Was it ACL?
Yeah.
Does he still have that get up and go speed? And
No.
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy about bringing a guy in this late in the year. I'm not crazy about it. But if they see something on
No.
tape or in the meeting room that they feel like he can be a benefit to the team, if they can get him on a good deal, if they're not going to have to pay him $8 or $12 million to basically as a rental player,
Right.
I don't hate the move. And again, like I said, we're not privileged to meetings. We're not privileged to, what's going on in the injury room. Who are your receivers right now? Gallup and
Touchdown,
Lamb.
Bill. Wait a minute. Flag on the play.
Gallup, Lamb, and I forget who your third is right now.
We got Lamb, Gallup.
Okay.
Exactly. I mean, whoever the third is,
Yeah.
we can't think of his name offhand.
It
So
was actually, last year it was Amari Cooper.
right, obviously, Amari Cooper's in Cleveland right now. So whoever that third guy is that we obviously can't name right now is Odell Beckham is an upgrade.
Yeah.
If we can't name the guy, then the third guy is an upgrade.
Even though he doesn't, let's say if he doesn't catch many passes, at least he be there to draw that double coverage to allow Gallup and Lamb to get open.
To be more open potentially.
Yeah.
Now the thing is he's going to have to catch some balls because if he's not getting open, if you can cover him one-on-one with your third corner, I'm still rolling safety help over the top on Gallup and Lamb.
The touchdown was called back holding on Bills.
Uh-huh.
Well, here's the question I'm going to throw out there because this is a local thing. Who's the next coach at USF?
Somebody we haven't heard of.
It's not Matt Rule.
Yeah.
Nope, rules out. Rule him out.
Herman is out.
What about
You saw what I did there.
Tom Herman ain't going there.
No, he signed with AFA.
Herman got hired.
IFA?
Yep. That was Willie Taggart's former job. He got
Right.
fired at the end of the UCF game.
Yeah, I think you got to go something on it. What about McElhaney? You think you could steal him away from CMU?
Would he want to come here though?
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Because I
don't know.
He got a pretty good gig up there at Central.
It's
Michigan.
cold though.
Why would he?
He's old and it's cold.
The cold weather would be the only thing that he'd want to come down here for. I mean, McElhaney did a good job at Florida for what he had.
Couple years.
Yeah.
Fumble. New England picked up the fumble.
I see.
On the back of my
I think you got to go somewhere off the wall.
They're going to announce it Monday.
What about Josh McDaniels in Baltimore? Do you give him a shot? The Ravens DC?
It's going to have to be somebody that can get on the recruiting trail because, again,
right.
The transfer portal begins, next week? Or
something like that. Well, Cade already left. He went to Iowa.
I think the portal opened today or tomorrow. I think
today. Yeah, because Cade transferred to Iowa.
Okay. So I think it's Scott Frost. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say it's Scott Frost because I know he had issues in Nebraska, but to stick it to UCF, it's whoever it is. They're going to be here for 3 years and they're going to leave. It's the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
We're not going to have a coach that's going to stay here.
Yeah, you're not getting a splash. You're not getting a name. You're not getting Bullenomy. You're not getting Dion. You're not getting.
No. For everyone out there that thinks that Deion Sanders is coming here, you're out of your mind. So that's
why would he leave?
Tom Herman ain't coming.
No, he already signed.
You got a job already.
Anyone anyone that's already in a program kind of like USF and leaving their school.
No. Herman got hired at FAU. He's a Florida Atlantic. The Owls. They're upstate. But yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting.
It's got to be somebody that recruits well.
Yep.
And it's got to be somebody. And again, a head coach is an important piece, but it's everybody around him that makes him great. It's coordinators, it's position coaches.
I just saw something that either Herman or Matt Rule have already fired all 3 assistant coaches already.
Wow, he didn't waste much time.
Somebody, and then Luke Fickles at Wisconsin, so he leaves Cincinnati to go to Wisconsin. I obviously
who else? And then Hugh Freeze got the job at Auburn.
Correct. Hugh Freeze,
and he offered 8 of his guys at Liberty jobs at Auburn.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was the one, Bud. I'm sorry, it was Hugh Freeze that fired all his Auburn assistants to bring the guys from Liberty. Correct, that was who it was.
Maybe you can make a splash and go get one of the Liberty or one of the Auburn guys. That would be a bit of a splash.
Watch the sneak defense.
They keep talking about the coach at FAMU. Who's been there for a long time.
But remember, guys, Liberty, the only paperwork they need. Not what they want.
Different.
FAMU, if you to live in the state of Florida, we have 2 primarily African American universities in the state. FAMU is one of them, and Bethune-Cookman is the other. They're both up near Tallahassee.
Bethune-Cookman.
If you don't know who those teams, let me just say, one of them, I think it was Bethune-Cookman, played the USF last year, not this year.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, they have one of the coolest bands I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah,
that band kicks ass. Let me just tell you that right now. They're dancing and everything. It's so cool to watch them come out. But that's what those schools are known for. They're known for their band. You go there on a scholarship.
If you're the guy at FAMU, why would you leave? I mean, is that an upgrade?
Question. No, I mean I guess it would be a move up into a conference that isn't where I don't know what conference FAMU is in. I'm not sure what conference.
Me, it feels very lateral.
Yeah, I know.
I think of
just like every other rivalry, they play Bethune-Cookman every year. Those 2 teams.
Right. I think FIU, FIA, Bethune-Cookman, FAMU, they're all kind of in that same boat. Like they're 3rd tier. You got UCF and FSU, they're 2nd tier, and then you have Miami, Florida State, and Florida, and they're all tier 1 operators.
Right.
And for me, if I was already, if I had a good gig going, I was winning 8 to 10 games a year, and I was making my to go, I would be wanting a Alabama or a Auburn or Nebraska, Wisconsin kind of job. I'd want to be going to a true Power 5 school. Yep. And no offense to my FSU fans out there. They're USF. Sorry, either one. I wouldn't leave a good thing for a below mediocre opportunity.
Well, I agree. I think when it comes down to it, the conference is going to be easier to win because remember Cincinnati, Houston, and UCF are all leaving for the Big 12.
Correct.
So they're
but that's the problem. The problem with that is now you take that job and it's going to be you guaranteed 8 wins, right? You've got a guaranteed 8 wins year in and year out. You make a mediocre bowl game and you don't boost your draft your prospects, right? Because everybody go, well, who have you beaten? You beat Tulane. Good for you.
What they do?
The 4 of us could outcoach Tulane.
You beat Memphis.
Yeah, it's true.
You beat Memphis. You beat Tulane. You beat
Rice
Rice,
or Texas.
and Texas, maybe UTSA,
Yeah.
TSA. Yep.
and you steal one from Navy every couple years. Goody.
I'm hoping to go to the Naval Academy next year.
Right.
Oh,
And if I'm set at if I'm not fired, if I'm not fired, if I've been fired, I'm looking for a job, and the USF calls me, or UFS, whatever. Anyway, if they call me, then yeah, I'd entertain the opportunity. But other than that, I really think I'm gonna have to, if I've got a job, and then the other thing you got to think about is that it's not just a job; it's everything.
Right.
It's where you live, it's where you work, it's where your kids go to school. Your wife or girlfriend or whatever. Those things are all things that have to be taken into consideration when you're applying for a job or when you're being offered a job, and money,
Right.
and what kind of money can we got that $102,500,000 stadium they're going to try and build in a couple of years. How much
Yeah.
ever ridiculous amount of money it was,
Yeah.
and how much is left over for me as a head coach. I'm not doing this for $34,000 a year. Sorry, I'm not flipping burgers on the weekend to coach at your school. Sorry, not going to happen.
Here
It's halftime at 17-7.
are the possible bowl games I might be covering moving forward.
okay.
The first one is the Cure Bowl on Friday the 16th, so 2 weeks from tomorrow in Orlando. I
one.
don't know who. I'd have to see what these bowl games. The
Yet to be
Gasparilla
determined.
on December 23rd at Raymond James Stadium. The Cheez-It Bowl, December 29th at the Camping World Stadium in Orlando. The Gator Bowl on December 30th in Jacksonville. And then the Citrus Bowl on January 2nd in Orlando as well. So those are possible credentials. Ralph applied for the Cure Bowl. I haven't heard anything yet. I'm assuming I'll hear probably next week or the week after. But
Is it Gasparilla or Sarsaparilla? I forget. Yeah.
Well, I will say this, being that if you've never been to Florida,
I have.
Gasparilla is okay. The event is kind of like a mini Mardi Gras, except the Pirates invade the city of Tampa. They steal the key from the mayor. It's a drunken, buffooned event where people do stupid shit for bead, just like they do in
It's Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
It's
They
Mardi
hold
Gras
up
acid.
traffic. They screw up traffic in downtown Tampa. When I had season tickets,
I didn't think they needed any help with that.
yeah,
No.
they don't. Season tickets with the Lightning, we would have to park way out in BFE because you couldn't get to the parking lot because they were either using it or they had it all blocked off and you couldn't park there. So yeah, but that's the Gasparilla Bowl. So we'll see if I get that one. I've applied 2 years.
Good luck.
And haven't
Good luck
gotten it.
surviving it.
Yeah. So that's that. So I'm hoping to get at least the 5 out of 6 bowl games. One of them is in Boca Raton, and I'm not driving 4.5 hours on a Tuesday night.
Okay, I'll do it.
I'm sorry, I'm not driving 4.5 hours for a 3.5 hour game, and then have to drive back.
Yeah.
That's a long day. That's a long day.
Is that going to be a night game or an afternoon game, though?
3 o'clock kick.
Nah, 3 o'clock kick. So you'd have to leave around 10 a.m.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Forget it.
It's a 7:30 kick.
Well, you can find a place to stay overnight.
That's what I would do because there's
You'd have to.
I wouldn't get back to my place till 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got to go to work at 6. So I wouldn't sleep. I would just stay up to 3 hours and just drink a lot of coffee or drink a lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
Just go to the office and crash in your office.
I can't go in the building until 7 o'clock. So I could find a dark corner to sleep in.
Sleep in your car.
Sleep in my car in the parking lot. The cops are always at the bank all the time. So not for anything bad or anything, but hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sleep in my car. I work here. Do me a favor at 8 o'clock. Knock on my window, wake me up, and then I'll go inside. So get
Okay,
Right.
fine.
But yeah, so that's the only bowl game I told Ralph I couldn't do.
Right. I don't
Right,
mind you.
right.
I want to.
You would have to take.
Yeah.
You'd have to take Wednesday off. There's no way you could do it. You have to get a hotel room. You'd have to get a hotel room, crash for a couple hours, drive home, and try to reset your sleep schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
because I wouldn't be back probably until close to 1 o'clock in the morning from the game. Sleep till 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and then be back here at 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The next day,
No.
That no.
You'd have to at least have that next day off.
Yeah.
Yep. And I already have
Because
the 2 Fridays off at the end of the year, so I'm not, I'm good.
Because the easiest thing would be to do is if the game gets over at 11, right, or there about 11:30, you figure another 30 or 40 minutes to get out of the parking lot. If you're lucky, and it depends on let's say 10 minutes to the hotel room. When you get lucky, you get a close hotel room, and so you're in bed, and it takes you about a couple hours to actually doze off, and then you get up. You get up at 7, grab something from the hot bar, and you leave, and you're not getting back until 11. You get home about 11 in the afternoon. So,
I mean, that's the thing. When I went to the Gator game, I told Ralph, "Hey, I'll drive up the day of the game, but I'm staying overnight." So I got to stay overnight, and then I woke up at 7 a.m. the next day, 7:30 a.m. and drove home. I was home at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. So I got home right in time for the kickoff for the NFL. So that worked out beautiful. It's like I planned that out just perfect. But yeah, I would definitely have to take Wednesday off, totally Wednesday off, because I would have to stay there, because even if I did drive home, I would still have to take the day off the next day just to sleep, to catch up,
right?
Sleep. So even if I attempted to drive the 4.5 hours after the game, 11:30, you're saying, right? So 11:30, you're talking 3 o'clock in the morning by the time I would get back home.
And that's saying the game gets over dead on 11 o'clock, and you get out of the parking lot right now.
And see, and that's not guaranteed either, because it took me, I don't know, 30 minutes to get back to my hotel in Gainesville, and I was only 10 minutes away from the stadium. But with all that traffic when everybody leaves, that's why starting next season, I'm going to go to every USF press conference. Why? Because the parking lot clears out by the time the press conferences are over.
Right.
Win or lose, I'm just going to go. I wish I could share the press conference, the USF one. I don't know if I can, because we might get copyright claimed.
Yeah,
So
we don't want to go through that.
I don't want to do that. I can share it, guys, on the group thing if you guys want to watch it. I'll share it on there. But the coach that we have now is our special teams coach. He said the right things, and I agree with him. The program is on the way up, because, like you said, you get to the bottom. They're at the bottom right now. You can't go any lower than the bottom, so they got to go back up now. And is it going to take years? Of course, it's not going to happen overnight. Whoever they get as a coach, they have work to do from day one. So day one, they're going to have work to do. I believe Byron Brown, who was our quarterback the last 3 games of the season, or 2.5, should be eligible. He was a true freshman. He was a good quarterback. We get Gary Bohannon back, and let's say, for example, a absolute daydream happens and Dion does decide to come here. His son is the quarterback at Jackson State. Is he going to bring his son here? I would believe, right? Why are you going to leave your son down there and not bring him here? So, I don't know.
Yeah.
There was a podcaster on Monday, that came out and said that he had in two sources that told him that the deal with Dion was 90% done.
Okay.
Here's the only problem with that. He said he was in the building. The funny thing is, when he was in the building, he was seen in Jackson, Mississippi, talking to his players. So who is the source that told you it was 90% done? And how was he in two places at one time? He can't be in Tampa and he can't be in Mississippi at the same time. So
90% done is 100% not done.
Correct. The only thing that was, it was money and control. Was the two things that were holding that deal. No, because he may have come to the facility, absolutely, but the timing. Right. You're gonna have a coach come in at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
not likely. Michael Kelly, unless Michael Kelly got him. Hey, yeah, Dion, 5:30. You be here. Let's get the deal done.
A guy like Dion, I could see being at the facility at 5:30 in the morning.
I could see also that.
I could see him being at the.
But he could have come to the facility and then got an airplane and been back in Memphis by 8, for all I know. I don't know how long it takes. Private jet. Come on, Dion's got to have some kind of hookup.
He's got influence. He knows the guy.
Yeah, so he's got to have a hookup for a private plane. Find me to Tampa. Okay, got to be back to Memphis within an hour. Let's do it. You can get me there. Let's go. You know?
Right. And Dion's struggling as a type that, but also Dion too strikes me as a type that things happen on Dion time.
Correct.
So if Dion said, you want to have a meeting, we're having it at 5:30, we're having it at the airport.
True. Yep.
You meet me here on the runway, we'll talk, and I gotta go. So we'll have to wait and see what happens over the next couple weeks. Honestly, in all reality, I don't see it happening.
No.
See that either. I don't see that happening.
I think there's a lot of wishful thinking. The appeal of it. Well, it's a Florida team. It's a Florida school. Dion's from Florida. He went to FSU. We can bring him in. But the thing about it is a guy like Dion doesn't want that job. Dion wants a real job.
Yeah.
Dion wants a Power 5 job. And I think Colorado has a much more appealing, especially if you think about it in 2 years. Their two biggest rivals are leaving the conference. The two toughest competition they have right now. They're headed out. Right. I see Colorado being a much more logical choice than Florida Southern or South Florida.
Yeah, no, I agree. I would think
unless they've got a secret stash of $100 million that they can back up to the facility. Unless they're going to open the Brinks truck up and make a splash.
All right, this is stick up.
Right?
Supposedly in that same tweet that he mailed out that he was in, that the deal was 90% done, there were 3 big boosters that stepped up to beef up that contract. Because supposedly, from what I heard, the terms were 5 years, $25 million. That's what I heard.
25 a year or 25 total?
25 total.
That's $5 million.
$5 million a year. I don't know what he's making at Jackson State. I don't know what his contract.
I don't know.
But the thing is, if they bring in a guy like John Gruden or they bring in Dion, instant butts in seats, and that's what Michael Kelly might want to do. But Michael Kelly's got to get this one right because he's failed the first 2 times. He hired Charlie Strong. That only worked out 1 season. And then he hired Jeff Scott. They won 4 games in 3 years. So he's got to get this one right. Or he's going to be gone. They're going to have another D. So I don't know. I don't know.
I really think I'd take a long, hard look at Josh Gaddis at Miami.
I'm sure that those names are on AD's
the radar,
Kelly's list,
short list.
But yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Definitely.
And see. Speaking of somebody that's in trouble with the Tampa PD, Antonio Brown is out. Antonio Brown's in big trouble.
Yeah.
What else is new?
No stopper there.
Hey Gerald, why don't you give him a call? He'll come play wide receiver for you in Dallas.
Yeah.
He's a worse cancer. He's a worse cancer than
Beckham.
than Beckham is.
Because he would get mad and go out there, strip down to his tidy whities, and run around on the field.
In New York.
In New York.
That's going to be a hard pass. That's going to be a hard pass.
Yeah. What a bum.
Yeah, like I said, he was stripped down to his tidy whities and run all over the field like a madman.
I saw that game. Oh, brother. What was
It's a hard pass.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
What a dope.
Honestly, they need to lock him up in a padded room and throw the key away.
Yes.
After that hit by Burfict against when he played for Pittsburgh, he must have taken some kind of brainal injury because he hasn't been the same player or person since he got hit. So I will probably guarantee you he's got CTE. I'll guarantee he's got CTE.
I bet you anything. Antonio Brown has DT now.
DT.
Yeah.
CTE.
Huh?
Yeah.
CTE.
Yeah.
I know what CTE. I know what CTE is, but I'm not sure what DT is.
They were talking about it on the show I was watching. It's a disease you get from getting too many concussions.
Oh, sure. I just don't know the exact term, but I know what it is.
Yeah, CTE.
Yeah.
They can't. And the funny thing is, they can't find it until after you die. There's no test that shows that you have it. While you're actively alive, they have to wait till you're dead to test your brain. I wrote an article about the U.S. women's team, like the Mia Hamms and the Julie Foudies. They're all donating their brains after they pass away to see if playing soccer all those years can cause CTE. You can get concussions in soccer. Why can't you get a concussion in soccer? You get hit in the head, the ball's flying at you. You get concussions in soccer.
Oh, yeah.
Concussions doing anything.
Yeah.
You can get concussions in baseball.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
In the head. Absolutely. You can get a concussion just by stepping the wrong direction and hitting your head on something. You can get
Yeah, Liam Neeson's wife.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Is that right?
Those are nothing to mess with either.
She had a close head injury.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I think he was doing a movie at the time too.
They were skiing. They were on vacation.
Skiing. That's right.
And she hit her head on a rock.
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't feel good, so she went to lay down, and she never woke up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
But at least these athletes.
On that happy note.
At least these athletes that are dying is letting them test their brain for CT and come up with a cure for it.
Hopefully, a treatment.
Treatment for it.
At least a treatment.
Or make safer equipment or something.
Yeah.
Well, the most recent case for our area was Vincent Jackson. I'm sure you guys know that name. The wide receiver.
Yes.
Played for the Bucks, and he just disappeared. They couldn't find him. And
wow.
Come to find out, he committed suicide in a hotel room.
Damn.
So, I mean,
How many of y'all remember a show called The Power Rangers?
Yes.
Jason David Frank.
Yep.
The Green Ranger. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Passed away. Yep. Suicide, right? Gerald, is that what they said?
Yeah, that's what they said.
He was an MMA fighter, too. Did you know that?
Yeah.
An MMA career. Yep.
Not for another
artist.
Not for another.
You can get a concussion from being an MMA fighter, too.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely. Get punched or kicked? Absolutely, you can. No doubt.
Just for the record, Stream was my favorite.
I bet you he has CT.
Yeah.
Possible.
It's a possibility. I mean,
sure.
he loved Kung Fu and he loved his fans. That's the two things that he loved in his life. I saw interviews. Now you see interviews all over YouTube with him now, but that's what he said. He said, I love my fans, meeting him at comic book conventions, and he had a karate dojo, and he loved his students. That's what he lived for, his students and his fans. That's who he lived for. That's he absolutely lived for.
Yeah, he was the Green Ranger at first. Then he became the White Ranger.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, Trini was my favorite, though.
I liked all of them.
Right.
Okay.
I watched one season of Power Rangers and never went back.
The original was better than
No question.
the ones they made up like Power Rangers, Dragon Force. and all
Yeah,
that.
All the ones that came out after.
Yeah, the original was better.
much better.
Well, on that note, gentlemen, the show is.
Happy note.
Does anybody want to go ahead and plug your shows if you want to before we get off here?
All right. The Go Power Ranger show. No, the Enhanced Sports show. You see what you guys are going to do now? All right, take two.
It's Morphin time.
Yes. Yes.
It's promo time.
Oh, boy. Okay, take three.
And there you go. Promo.
The Enhanced Sports show, as I was going to say, is keeps rolling through Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember that now. Number 512-543-4662. You know we're going to be talking World Cup soccer, whether the U.S. wins or loses. Of course, we're going to take care of college football, as I call it, Championship Saturday, because it is. And we'll take a look at the latest power rankings, which some may think is not legit, and I happen to be one of them. No questions asked. Of course, NFL. We'll also look at some baseball news because the Comeback Player of the Year honors were announced this past week, so we'll take care of that. Along with some boxing, because there is some interesting boxing news that you might want to hear if you're a particular fan of one fighter in particular. I think Adam knows who it is, though. So, all this and more, Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. on the Internet Sports Show. So, if you got time, please call in. I want to end the year on a great note.
And he will also have free dinosaur parking for your Power Rangers too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
we got him laughing.
Oh, God.
Thank you for doing that because I've had a bad day. So if I can laugh now, that's fine. But
Remember, the jokes are unscripted, too.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
Yeah,
we don't practice our jokes, folks.
Right. I want to thank everyone who is on here tonight, and these three guys right here for making me feel better. I need to get some sleep. I'll do that later. I'll do that when we get done talking after. But
yeah.
We are sponsored, guys, by creatingzenspaces.com and garrettscarrots.com. But we will not be here next week. Taking another week off. We got here's what we're going to do, guys, from here on out. If there's two of us out that can't do the show, there will be no show. But if there's only one, we'll do the show. If that's okay with you guys, if you're cool with that. So if there's
good with that.
There's three of us here, we'll do the show. If there's only two,
right,
we'll go ahead and take the week off and we'll bounce back the week after. But
all right,
I'm busy, and so is Adam next week, so we won't be able to do the show. But we'll be back on the 15th. So be there as we get closer to the holidays. We can, if you guys want to do, we can do like a holiday theme show or something. We can come up with a sports theme for the 15th. Do a fun show. Even though there's the Army Navy game is going to happen, we can talk about that.
Make sure you don't invite the Grinch because he might steal the show from you.
You're me one, Mr.
True.
Grinch.
True, that's true. I didn't think about that. That's
Yes.
great.
How the Grinch stole Christmas.
Yeah.
How the Grinch stole the Walker Report.
Hey.
Or my show. Oh no.
If he wants to steal, he can go ahead and take it. Go right ahead.
Oh, come on.
Anyway, we won't be on here next week, guys. But I want to thank, before we go, the men and women of our armed services and our first responders. Thank you guys for doing what you do. Love and appreciate everything that you guys do. Everyone, please stay safe. It's the holiday season, so be careful with your holiday shopping. If you celebrate the holidays, not everybody celebrates. There's different holidays coming up: Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, all that's coming up.
Kwanzaa.
Yeah. So
Don't forget Festivus.
if you celebrate, have a happy holidays. But until then, guys, everyone be good. I am the Sports Sir Bradley Walker. Have a good night, guys.
Good night. Okay.
Cut, print, send it.